right, everyone. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Weapon H Fitness All-in-One Podcast. Today we have a very special guest joining me. This lady, incredible woman. She's she's on the board of ed, she's in Jacksonville, she's in different organizations. She's running down with 3 jobs, but we're going to get all into all of that a little later. And I'd like to introduce you all to Miss Tonya Williams.
Thank you. Thank you. It feels really good to be here. I've seen your podcast and I am honored to finally be in this seat.
Ah, I am actually honored to have you here, especially after everyone gets to know you a little bit and see all the things that you do. So to start it off, I'm gonna start with your project, your baby. You founded your organization, your business, Sisters Helping Seniors. Tell us what this business entails.
Sure. So I started this business, I guess, about almost 10 years ago with my sister. We both worked in the healthcare field, assisted living, long-term care, and realized there was a need for families to have information and they didn't know where to turn. So my sister and I founded this company so that we can provide information and resources to seniors and their families as they're going through the long-term care process.
Wow, pretty good, pretty good. That's nice. And also, we're gonna go down the list because there's quite a few things that I get to run through today. You're also a realtor. So what is it that made you decide? I mean, you already had your business, but what made you decide that you wanted to be a realtor as well?
Well, I've been a realtor for over 20 years.
Oh, so they're longer. Okay.
Right. So that was my very first business. And I am an entrepreneur at heart. So I always believe that you should have multiple streams of income. So real estate, been with the same company, ERA Queen City in Scotch Plains for over 20 years. And yeah, and it all ties in together.
Okay, nice. Okay, well, hell, now we're gonna really dive. On top of this, all right, you have the business with Sisters Helping Seniors. She's a realtor, and on top of that, she actually has a full-time job to go along with that.
Yes.
Tell me about your job and what do you do there?
So that all ties in together also. I work in hospice. I am a community education liaison for Ascend Hospice. And there I provide education and resources to family to support them as their loved one has been diagnosed with a terminal illness. Hospice was founded in 1983, not founded, but Ronald Reagan signed the Hospice Act into effect in 83 so that people who have been diagnosed with a long-term care disease, a terminal illness, would have that support. And it's covered under Medicare or insurance. So I talk to a lot of doctors, subacute rehabs, long-term care facilities, educating people on the benefits of hospice.
Wow. Hey, very impressive. And able to go in between all 3, but it's a lot more I'm going to talk to you about, but I also want to talk about the organizations that you're a part of. She's part of Board of Education.
I'm a member of the Board of Ed, yes.
She's a part of the Links organization. She's the president of Jack and Jill. Tell me about a little bit about each of those organizations. We'll start with the Board of Ed.
My God, just talking about this is exhausting me. Once you start, I do it all, but once you talk about it, I'm like, geez, this is a lot that I do. How do I have time for myself? But so I've been in Jack and Jill, which is a African American mothers organization for children 2 to 18. My boys are currently, one graduated out, one's currently in. I serve as the president and in the Greater Union chapter. I'm a member of the Links Incorporated, which is another African American women's organization, the oldest one, founded in 1946. That's right. Oh. But all these organizations were founded at a time when we were not able to enhance and uplift our own people. So these organizations were founded so that we can provide a better life. And all this is done through philanthropic avenues, community service, legislative. And Yeah, so I love how that all ties in together to, because I believe in community service. So
Wow.
doing it with a bigger organization is wonderful.
Okay. And being on the board of ed, since we kind of tried to slide away from that a little bit, but
So I've been a
good.
member on the Board of Ed in Scotch Plains Fanwood for, I think this is my third term, so almost 9 years.
Wow.
And that, of course, is supporting the district that I actually grew up in, Scotch Plains Fanwood, and my children went there. And that's also able to provide and give back to the community and really make a difference, studying and knowing the policies and procedures and how it works. And also we hire the superintendent. So that's also very important.
Oh, wow. Now, I know I've brought it up, and I know she's mentioned that she does a lot of things, but I'm still going to add one more to it. And on top of all that she does, have the job, she has two businesses, she's in three organizations. She's also a basketball mom. So she's running
Yes.
around with the Roadrunners basketball team that's based out of Union, New Jersey. How do you, with all these organizations, the job, the businesses, and also being that basketball mom that rarely misses a game, even having one son in college, so she'll go from there to the kids. How do you find the time to juggle all that and still find time to enjoy life?
Oh, well, this is my favorite part of talking. I have very healthy boundaries, healthy routines, and I balance it all. I get up the same time in the morning and even on the weekends, and I meditate or I work out in the morning or in the evening, making sure my diet is balanced and and also sleep. So it's important for me to make sure I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. And that might mean putting the phone down. It does mean putting the phone down at 9:30, 10 o'clock, because if I don't take care of myself and make sure that I'm okay, then no one else is going to be okay. Your
Absolutely.
sleep is the most important because we know that's when your body is restoring and healing itself. So it's important for me to get my sleep. It's important for me to manage my stress. So even though I'm in multiple organizations and multiple businesses, I'm able to manage it all by having boundaries and having a healthy routine.
Wow. I mean, a lot of people that know you, they may know of most of these things, but there's one thing that I'm pretty sure that not too many people know, and that you are also, among all of these other things that's going on, she's also a Reiki master. So explain, how did you get into that, and some of the benefits of Reiki massages, Reiki healing?
Sure. So when I worked for hospice years ago, and now I came back to it again, there were volunteer coordinators that performed Reiki on to manage symptoms of someone who was nearing the end of life.
Mm.
And I became fascinated then. It's been about 10 years since I've been studying Reiki and able to, so it's not me, it's you're placing your hands gently on someone and allowing their own body to heal. So it's not me putting hands or impacting my energy onto them. They're using their own body to heal. I've just been trained to do that, to assist my clients in doing that. And I'm able also to provide Reiki on myself, to do perform Reiki on myself. And I think that's also one of the modalities that helps me live a stress-free, almost a stress-free and healthy lifestyle. Definitely.
Wow. That's very impressive. And being that you're into Reiki, you're a Reiki master and all that, that also shows that you're into holistic healing. What got you into exploring alternative methods of healing and health?
Great question. It started with my own struggles with health. I was feeling run down and tired. And you would say, well, you have a million things going on. Of course you're feeling run down and tired. But it was my thyroid. Went to the doctor and the doctor said, well, it's more than just being a little bit tired. Your thyroid is not at its optimal, running not at its optimal health. So of course they send you to whatever that doctor is for your thyroid, and they want to put you on medication instead of talking about my diet or anything like that and the deficiencies. So that led me into studying Ayurveda, going to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition so that I can learn how to heal myself. So that's another aspect of my business where I help women my age, 40s and 50s, that being an advocate for yourself and digging deeper and not just, taking that medication, but really finding out what the root cause and what causes disease in your body. And that's what I did. So I was able to kind of overcome some of those imbalances in my body by studying Ayurveda, functional medicine, and being a health coach.
Wow. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, she is working very well. I mean, I'm into that. I'm into it as well. And both of us are in our 50s, and if we didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. And that's just a matter of taking care of yourself, eating properly, exercising, and just monitoring yourself, and paying attention to your body. I mean, that's big time key. You notice, like, if you
And paying attention to what the doctor is saying. The doctor wrote a script out. I filled the medication. I looked at the side effects and I said, so I'm going to lose my hair. My nails are going to be brittle. The side effects, I said, well, it has to be something better than that. Just the medications, how important it is to read the bottle, know what you're putting in your body, and just asking more questions. If we're not advocates for our own health, who is?
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. Because they see so many people in a day, it's just another number for them. But we're gonna mark
Yeah.
up medication. When there are a lot of different alternatives, as I've had already on this show, I've had acupuncture. A lady who does acupuncture. I have some side. I mean, there's so many ways of healing, and meditation is big time. Just healing yourself, but we have to take the time to be able to do these things. But everyone wants the quick fix,
Right.
and typically they just want to put medicine.
So I totally agree with you. And when you go to the doctor, unfortunately, you're in the doctor for 10 minutes and they're not asking you, how are you going to the bathroom? What does that look like? What do you eat? How is your diet? How is your sleep? Are you exercising? Are you stressed? So, I mean, I also, in addition to a primary physician, I also see a naturopath, and she really takes a deep dive as to digging into your health history, looking at your labs, because where your blood work may fall, where it's in the range, you may need your blood work. We're all deficient in magnesium, vitamin D, and potassium because our soil is depleted of that. So we need supplements. And it's just, we ourselves, we need to do a bit better job of taking care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
The story.
I agree with you 100% on that. Now, one of the things that I've run across a lot doing what I do in the fitness and health, benefits for people, can become pretty difficult trying to convince people of alternative ways of healing. They're so used to just going to the doctor, getting the medication. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with go to the doctor to find out your diagnosis, but also be open-minded to hearing other things. Have you run across similar difficulties explaining to people why you look the way you are and how it's working for you, and to try to explain to them that there are other methods for you to try to be able to heal and be better for yourself?
Well, thank you for that compliment. But I think people want to feel better. I know they do, but they just need to be educated on how that happens. We are looking at TV, and the commercials are pushing all these medications to make you feel better or to cure this, when really it's in ourself. Our body is made to heal itself.
Right. Exactly.
And if we can just manage our diet, exercise, sleep, a lot of that can be taken care of. You know, having a daily routine. People are looking at these computers 11, 12 o'clock at night at jobs that will replace you the next day.
Right.
We have to do a better job. I mean, you lived overseas, you know how it is in Europe. They don't work like this.
No. And they
And
ain't
even though I have multiple jobs, I don't work that hard.
right. Maybe you shouldn't have said that on camera, but okay. But no, I do. I mean, I get it. It's about working smarter, bottom line. I mean, to
Yes.
simplify it, it's about working smarter, not harder. Even though you have multiple incomes and multiple streams, it's definitely about working smarter. And I noticed that, you see it in getting the information to them, but it also becomes a problem getting them to actually adhere to the information that they receive because they're so used, they've been bombarded with stuff for 20, 30, 40 years that it becomes difficult to break it. Just like today, I saw a post on Facebook where somebody posted a cake. I'm just gonna eat the whole cake. And I'm like, really? Wow. I mean, I get a cheat day here and there, which is cool. I mean, we get, but still ease off on it. But but not this person, but you have people who actually have major health issues, but will still eat stuff that they know that's harming their body.
People really need to listen to their body also.
Exactly.
I was one, I'm a thin woman, but I was one that would eat Girl Scout cookies in one sitting, Oreos, drink beer. And there's, like you said, there's nothing wrong with a cheat day. I mean, I was doing it all the time and I just wasn't feeling well. My skin was a mess. I wasn't gaining weight. So I had to make some serious changes so I can watch my kids grow up.
And as a reminder, people, thin does not always mean healthy.
Nope.
So it's really, your body may look a certain way from the inside, but all kinds of things could be going on wrong on the inside. So in hearing her story, and you hear it that she actually sat and made some changes. So it seems like you're not afraid of change. Is it because, just I mean, just because you seem like you've always you're into different things. So you seem to not be afraid of change. What kind of brought that on in your life as far as not being afraid to jump out there, do something and change something that probably not working, even though it may be uncomfortable?
I think meditation helps. I think me wanting to do everything that I want to do. I want to heal other people. I want to help other people. So that all ties in together with health coaching and other business, helping families with their long-term care plans. So it all ties in together. I truly believe people want to feel better. So I like to be in jobs where I can help people. And if something doesn't fit right in my soul, then I'm leaving.
Hey.
That's just how it is. I'm not going to be stressed out because stress is the number one killer.
Yeah, because that actually leads to a lot of the diseases that people get.
Stress
Stress, it breaks
to
down your immune system.
right, it breaks down your immune system. It leads to high blood pressure, diabetes, your cardiovascular system, your nervous system. People don't realize that. So listen, whether it's a person, a job, an activity, you are not stressing Tonya Williams out.
I definitely like to hear that because I mean,
Kids.
right? Well, that's always going to be a major task. But okay, we're going to roll with that one today. Before we get out of here, I want to give the people who may need your services, give them your information, whether it's websites, phones, social medias, whatever the case may be.
Sure. So my website, Sisters Helping Seniors, it's www.sistershelpingseniors.com. And my Instagram, I don't even know what that is, but my phone number is 908-337-9332. And I'm based out of Scotch Plains, New Jersey.
Isn't it something with Avid? Yeah. Tiny Sales Homes or something like that. Oh, your Facebook. What's your Facebook? It's your regular name, right?
It's my yeah, that's it's my regular name. I also have a business Facebook, which is I think it's Sisters Helping Seniors too. Yeah, I know.
Look at these people. I'm sitting up here helping her give y'all information that she should already know, but we're gonna just let that
Well,
go.
people can find me, there's Google, there's, all kinds of ways to find me. I am very popular in Scotch Plains with my business and being on the board of ed and growing up in Scotch Plains. People find me, even people I don't want to find me, find me.
Well, for those that don't know, Scotch Plains is about a total of about 100 people in the whole town. So you're gonna be popular. But again, thanks for copping by, Tonya. I mean, it was such a pleasure to have you on here. And I mean, for you guys on the listening in on the podcast, I mean, amazing woman. I mean, it's so many talent, does so many things, and just does so much for her community and for people around her. It was a pleasure to have you on today.
Thank you.
And for all of my people watching the podcast, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. You'll sign up on YouTube, follow on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart, and Google Podcasts. So until the next time, see you soon. And thanks again for joining in on Weapon H All in One Podcast.